Okay. Then Krishna is saying, Ashraddha dana purusha dharmasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartami. If the people are not faithful in Krishna, ashraddha dana, they do not have faith in Krishna, purusha people, dharmasya asya parantapa. In this dharma, whatever I am going to explain, if people do not have faith, aprapya mam, then they will not be able to achieve me. Nivartante, but they will continue life because soul is eternal. Where will they live? Mrityu samsara vartamini. In this samsara, where mrityu is a confirmed thing, vartmani, they will just keep going. So if a person who does not have faith in the words of Krishna, they will not achieve Krishna, and they will just continue to live through the cycle of birth and death in this world. Okay, is it everything clear so far?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, all right. Then Krishna is saying, Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matsthani sarvabhutani na chaham teshu avasthita. This whole universe is basically pervaded in me, and yet I am not in them. So everything is inside of me, but I am not inside of this universe. Because someone might say this earth is a big planet, there are so many other planets, the whole universe is there. So when Krishna was born, he was just one person. So the obvious conclusion is Krishna is in this world. But Krishna is saying it's exactly the opposite. That this whole world is in me, but I am not in this, even though you see me moving around Dwarka to Hastinapur to Vrindavan. So that's what Krishna is saying. That this world is inside me, but actually I am not inside it. Even though people are seeing Krishna living in this world. Okay. Now I'll just go through a few other things. Okay, now number 10. Mayadhyakshena prakrti suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate. So now again Krishna is saying Maya Adhyakshena. What is Adhyaksha? Adhyaksha is the leader, right? Manager. Correct? So Krishna is saying under my direction this Prakriti Suyate is producing. What is it producing? Chara means those who are moving, and Achara means those who are not moving. So Krishna is saying that under my guidance, this material nature is producing moving and non-moving entities. Okay? Hetuna nena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So this is the rule, that everything is working by Krishna's Adhyaksh. Adhyaksh means his guidance, his direction. And all these things are conducted according to that particular rule. That means the creation and annihilation happens according to this rule. And the rule is that everything is working under the direction of Krishna. Okay? So now, Krishna is giving all this knowledge. Then Krishna is saying, Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Avajananti mamuda. So it's very interesting. Krishna says earlier that this whole world is in me, but I am not in this world. But I was saying that people might say that, oh, he's just one of the many people on this planet, so how can he say that? Krishna is responding to that doubt, saying, Avajananti mam muda. The mudas, the foolish people, avajananti, they do not know me. Because they see me as manushim tanum ashritam. He has taken shelter of a body of a human being. Manushi is manusha, human. Tanu is the body, and ashrita means to take shelter. So because Krishna has accepted a human body, Fools do not understand him. Fools cannot understand because Krishna has taken a human-like body. Param bhavam ajananto. They do not know my param bhava. Bhava is the position. Param is the topmost. Ajananto. That means they do not know. What do they not know? Mama bhuta maheshwaram. That I am the leader or boss of all living entities. Maheshwara means Maha Ishwara. Ishwara is the controller, Maha Ishwara is the supreme controller, and Bhuta are the living entities. So he is the supreme controller of all living entities. If a person does not understand, then that person is a foolish person. Is this verse clear? Is there any question so far? No? Okay, good. Thanks for the thumbs up. So now we'll continue. So Krishna was saying the fools will not know because I have taken a human form. Fools do not understand that I am not just a human being, but actually I am a Bhuta Maheshwaram. I am the Ishvara of all living entities. Okay, so those fools, what is their situation? Their condition is what the next verse says. Moghasha Mogha Karmano Mogha Jnana Vichetasa Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohini Shrita. Moghasha means Mogha means to have failure basically. Okay. So they have, those who are bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, the fruitive activity, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Okay. Mogha means to get a defeat. So their asha, their hope is defeated. Mogha karmano, their karma, their activities are defeated. Mogha jnana, their knowledge is defeated. Vichetasa, their consciousness is bewildered or misdirected. And what happens to those people? Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva. Rakshasi and Asuri. Generally, Rakshasa means Asura, correct? Krishna is using both words here. Rakshasim and Asurim Chaiva. Prakritim Mohinim Shrutam. They take shelter of, or they get Mohinim, they get bewildered by the Rakshasi and Asurim Prakriti. Okay. So those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. So people who do not understand Krishna, they become naturally attracted to demoniac views. That's why you see the atheist class, generally their way of thinking is not very constructive. Here Krishna is saying that actually they are demoniac in nature, those who are atheist. Okay? So that's the condition of people who do not accept Krishna. Then we see the condition of people who are attracted by Krishna. Okay, so let's look at this. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. So now Krishna is explaining the opposite of asuras. And he's saying those souls who are opposite of asura, they are Mahatmas. And who's a Mahatma? Mahatman astu. A person is a Mahatma. Mam, to me, Daivim Partha, O son of Pritha, Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. Ashrita means to take shelter. Prakriti is the nature. Devi is divine. So a person who takes shelter of the divine energy, O son of Partha, is called a Mahatma. Okay? So this one line is giving you a full definition of who a Mahatma is. A Mahatma is someone who takes shelter of the divine energy, the spiritual energy. Bhajanti anana ananya manaso bhajanti, they do bhajan. Ananya means uninterrupted, continuous. Manaso, using their mind. Gyatva, knowing. Bhutadim avyayam, knowing me as the original person. Bhuta adim, adim means the original. So he is the original living entity, Krishna, and avyayam, that means he is inexhaustible. So knowing Krishna as the original person and inexhaustible, if a person worships him, that person is called a Mahatma according to Bhagavad Gita. Is this portion clear? What's a Mahatma? Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, now what's their nature? A Mahatma's nature? Satada kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhradavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Now here you will see two very important things in Bhagavad Gita. So what's the activity of Mahatma? Satata, always. Kirtayanto, they do kirtan. Who's mam? Of Krishna. Yatantascha. This is actually a very important word. Yatantascha. Yatantascha means they make an effort. Yatan means to make an effort. Many people say when you invite them to temple, they say, I will go when Krishna wants me to go. That means they're lazy and they don't want to go. That's what it is. There is no divine voice coming from the sky telling you, okay, today is the day you should go to temple. Today is the day you should start chanting your japa. Today is the day you should start eating prasadam on a regular basis. Do some spiritual life. Generally, you will not get a divine voice from the sky telling you that. The way it works is that if a person is inclined, they make an effort. So spiritual life is not free. It takes an effort. Krishna is saying that. Yatantascha. Yatantascha means you have to make an effort for the spiritual life. If you want to make any progress in spirituality, there has to be an effort. Not waiting, hopefully thinking someday something will change and I will be inclined. No, it has to be an effort. And Krishna is saying Dhradavrata. Dhradavrata means determination. Not that I did something today and then another week I go on a break. It has to be done in a vata, with determination. Okay? So Krishna is saying they are always doing kirtan of me, making an effort for that, and they are doing with determination. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya, they do namaskar to me with bhakti. Nitya yukta, always engaged. Upasate, they do the upasana. So this is what Krishna is saying, that those who understand, the Mahatmas, who understand Krishna, once they understand Krishna, they engage in kirtanayanto mam. They always engage in glorifying his personality, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Okay, now Krishna is giving that those who are worshipping Krishna, that's the topmost, but then not everybody is there. So then he is now giving different levels of people who worship Krishna, but in a slightly indirect way. Okay, so far he was telling exactly just direct message he was giving, and now he is going to give people who are little indirect. Others, Jnana Yagya is talking about, okay? Who engage in the sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge, worship the Supreme Lord as one without second, and diverse in many, and in universal form. So some people worship Krishna by Jnana Yagya. Okay? Some people Ekatvena Prathagvena. They worship Krishna as one among many, without a second. Bahuda Vishwato Mukam. And some worship Krishna in his universal form, the Virata Rupa. Okay? But Krishna is saying, however they worship me, aham kratur aham yagya swadaham aham aushadam mantro aham vivajyam aham agni aham hutam. But whatever they are doing, jnana yagya, this yagya, that yagya, but it is I who am the ritual, I am the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and fire and the offering. So Krishna is saying, no matter what you do, ultimately I am the center of whatever you are doing. Then he's saying, Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkaram riksam yajure vacha. Again, very nice statement. I am the father of this universe. Pitaham asya. Whose? Jagato. So here Krishna is saying, I am the father of this entire Jagat. Is it clear? Pitaham asya Jagato. That Krishna is the father of this universe. Make sense?
Guruji, sorry to interrupt. I have a question on the text 15. So you were mentioning like the worshipping God in a universal form as well as in jnana form. What does that actually mean? I could not get it.
Sure. So what happens, those who do not fully understand Krishna as a person, they worship Krishna by doing Jnana Yogya, which means they will study Vedas, they'll study Puranas. There are many people who do not do direct worship of Krishna, but actually they engage all their life in studying these scriptures on a regular basis. Like this, there's a last names Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi. You heard those names?
Yes.
Okay. So those people are the people whose life is mostly spent in studying the Vedas or teaching the Vedas. That's their spiritual life. They will just read the Vedas and explain it. So those people are engaged in Jnana Yajna, and the universal form is the Vishwarup, where when a person sees a big mountain, for example Mount Everest, or some big part of the universe, and they are actually impressed by it, then they think that this is God. This Prakriti, this material nature is God. When people think like that, that means they are worshipping the Virata Rupa, because Virata Rupa is the material manifestation of the Lord. Have you heard Vishwarup?
Yes.
Okay, so Vishwarupa is basically all this universe, all this planetary system, sun, moon, they are perceived as the form of the Lord. But it is material, it is not spiritual, because it is made up of matter. So that is called Vishwarup. Is that clear?
Yes, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay. So coming back to this one, Krishna is saying, I am the father of this entire universe. Okay? Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata, I am also the mother. And pitamaha, I am also the grandfather. Dhata means also the supporter. So Krishna has basically covered all the superior relationships here for all living entities. He is Pita, he is Mata, he is Dhata, and he is Pitamaha. Pitamaha means grandfather. Okay? And I am the object of the knowledge, Vedyam Pavitram, Omkaram. He is also the Omkar. That's why many times we do our prayers start with Om. Om Ajnana Timirandasya. So Krishna is saying, I am also the Omkar. And finally he is saying, I am the Rigved, I am the Samved, I am Yajurved also. So not only I am father, mother, grandfather, but I am also your chanting and I am also your scriptures. So pretty much he's just covered a lot of things in this verse. गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभव प्रलय स्थानं निधानं बीजम अव्ययम्. Gatir Bharta Gati means the destination, the goal of life. Krishna is the goal of our life. Bharta is the one who is maintaining us. Prabhu is the master. Sakshi, he is the witness. Krishna is watching everything we do. Krishna is saying, I am the Sakshi of everything that goes on in this universe. So he is the witness. Nivasam, he is the abode in which every living entity is living. In other words, he's saying that I am the house in which everybody is living. Sharanam, he is the shelter. And after all this, he is also a Suhrit. So let me tell you a little bit about Suhrit. So in English, we have the word called friend. But in Sanskrit, that friend word has 7 or 8 different flavors. Because English is little limited, so that's why we have the same word, friend, for different kinds of friends. Close friend, intimate friend, formal friend, this friend, that friend. But in Sanskrit, there are specific words for different levels of friendship. For example, Sakha, Mitra, Bandhu, Madhyastha, all these words are given for different kinds of friendship. So among all these levels of friendship, the topmost is called Suhrit. Suhrit is composed of 2 words, Su and Hrit. Su means good, I was telling you earlier also, and Hrit means heart. Anybody who has a good heart for you, that person is your best friend. And Krishna is saying, I am that person for you. I am Suhrit. I am your well-wisher, basically. That's what he's saying. Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam. I am the creation. Pralaya means destruction. Sthanam means the place, the base for everything. Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. I am also the seed. And Nidhanam, that means I am the resting place. And Avyayam, inexhaustible. After all this, Krishna is saying, I am all these things. And also these qualities never diminish. They always stay like the way they are now. Okay? So now, like that, Krishna is going through all these different qualities. So I'm just going to skip some of these verses. Okay, now we come to verse number 22. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasade tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshema vahamyaham. So Krishna is saying, now the people who actually worship me, Ananyas chintayanto mam, uninterrupted chinta of Krishna. If a person is always thinking of Krishna, ye jana, those people, paryupasate, they do upasana of Krishna by always thinking of him. Tesham, to those, nitya abhiyuktanam, because they are always engaged in devotional service. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. This means whatever they have, I will protect it, and whatever they are lacking, I will provide. This is what it means. Okay? I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. In other words, if I need $100 and if I have 50, then Krishna says, I'll protect your 50 and I will also provide you the remaining 50. That's in simple language. That whatever you have, I'll preserve, and whatever you are lacking, I will provide. To what people? Those who are ananyas chintayanto mam. They are always thinking of Krishna and they are doing his upasana. They are worshipping him. Now Krishna says, okay, this is the situation of those who are worshipping me, but not everybody is interested. So what happens to them? So before I proceed, I just need feedback. So is it clear so far? Whatever we discussed?
Yes.
Okay, others?
Prabhuji, this shloka is from Vishnu Sahasranama, right?
It,
Ananyashchintaram.
it might be there also.
Yeah.
Yes, it might be there also. But this is in Bhagavad Gita also.
Okay.
Okay. So now Krishna is talking about people who are not interested in Krishna or Vishnu. Okay. So there he says, Ye pi anya devata bhakta yajante sadhyayanvita Te api mameva kaunteya yajante avidhipurvakam. Very interesting verse. Ye api, those anya devata bhakta, they are worshipping other demigods. Okay, so if someone is not worshipping Krishna, but they are worshipping different devas, okay? Yajante shraddhayanvite, they are doing yajan shraddhayanvite, they are doing yajan with shraddha. Te api mameva kaunteya, O son of Kunti, they are indirectly worshipping me only. Yajante avidhi purvakam, they are worshipping me in the wrong way. In other words, Krishna is saying, if we are worshipping different devas, it's not that we should not respect the devas, he's talking about worship. Okay? He's not talking about offering respects, but he's saying yajan. If a person is worshipping the devas, Krishna is saying indirectly you are worshipping me only, but you're doing it in the wrong way. Okay, let's read the translation. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Okay, why? Because aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenaschyavanti te. Because aham hi, I am the sarva yajnanam, of all the yajnas, bhokta. I am the enjoyer, and Prabhu, I am the master of all the yajnas you do. Here he was saying Anya Devata Bhakta Yajante. They are doing yajan of other devatas. And he's saying that is the wrong way of doing it. Why? Because I am the one who is accepting all these yajnas. Ahami sarva yajnanam bhokta. I am the enjoyer of all those, and I am the master of those sacrifice. Na tu ma bhi na jananti tatvenas chavanti. Those who do not know me in that nature, they will fall down. Tatvenat chavanti. Chavanti means they will fall down. Those who do not understand this Krishna's nature in tattva, in a sense, they will fall down.
Prabhuji, so in this, uh, uh, those who are the devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me. So, can you please elaborate on that one? Like how the Anya Devatas, the demigods are related to, like, worshipping him is going indirectly to Krishna?
That's what Krishna is saying. He's saying if you are Anya Devata, right? Let's read one word by word. Because if I give you my opinion, then that's my opinion. But if you read Krishna's words, then that becomes the authority, right? So here he's saying, Yepi Anya Devata Bhakta. Those who are Bhakta, devotees of Anya Devata, Yajante. They are doing yajan Shraddhayant with Shraddha. Okay. Krishna is saying, Te api mame vavu. They are doing to me only, O son of Kunti. But they are doing yajan avidhi purvakam. They are not just doing in the right way. So in other words, whatever worship we do to other devas, it is going to Krishna only, but that's not the right way of doing worship. Is that clear?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Or not?
So, like, is it like the Krishna's amsham or part is like in them
Yes.
in that way?
Yeah, exactly. So all the devas are basically Krishna's expansion to run this universe. For example, Indradev, he is responsible for providing rainfall. But under whose direction? Under Krishna's direction. Brahma is responsible for creation. Under whose direction? Krishna's direction. Shiva, Lord Shiva comes for destruction. Under whose direction? Krishna's direction. So like that we see all the devas, they are doing different things under the direction of Krishna. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, Prabhuji, now it's clear for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So now Krishna is talking about, okay, these are different kinds of worship. What is the destination of those people who worship different kinds of things? Okay. Krishna saying, Yanti deva vrata devan, pitrin yanti pitra vrata, bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino pimam. If you worship devas, then you go to devas. If you worship Pitra, the forefathers, then you go to forefathers. If you worship the host and spirits, then you go to them. If you worship me, you come to me. Is it clear? It's basically a formula, like a mathematical formula. If you worship devas, you go to devas. You guys are watching my screen? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's saying if you worship Deva, you go to Deva. If you go to worship Pitras, fathers, forefathers, ancestors, you go to Pitras. You worship the ghosts and spirits, then you take among them. And if you worship me, Madhyajino, Apimam, then you will come to me to live with me. Okay? So Krishna is giving all the alternatives that if you're worshipping Devas, you are doing avidhipurvakam, but eventually when you do that, you will go live with them. But even though it's indirectly coming to me, but your destination is with them because that's where you are worshipping. So Krishna is saying, if you worship me, then you come to me. So now Krishna is giving how he should be worshipped. Okay? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatmana. So Krishna is saying the way of worshipping me is patram is a leaf, pushpam is a flower, phalam is fruit, toyam is water. Yo me bhaktya prayachati. The person who with devotion he offers me tad aham bhakti uparatam. I am indebted to that bhakti. Ashnami prayatatmana. I will accept it. Because that person is offering with devotion. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. So this verse explains that meat should not be consumed. Because Krishna does not ask for meat. He did not ask. He says patram pushpam phalam toyam. All the items which Krishna is asking are all vegetarian. So if you're looking for where does Gita says one should be vegetarian, this is your place. This is telling you to be vegetarian. But not only vegetarian, the next line says it should be offered to Krishna. Because even in vegetarian cooking, there is some sin. Because some bugs get killed, many things happen, we do not know. But the sin is there, the reaction is there. So Krishna is saying, you offer it to me, then he will accept it. Okay? Clear so far? Okay. Now Krishna is saying, not only food was the starting point, that these are the different kinds of food I'll accept. He's saying, yad karoshi, whatever you do, yad ashnasi, whatever you eat, yad juhoshi, whatever you offer, dadasi yad, whatever you give away, yad tapasyasi, whatever tapasya you are doing, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, tat, that thing, kurushva, you do it. How do you do it? Mad arpanam, as an offering to me. So this is Krishna's statement, extremely powerful. He's saying whatever you do, whatever you eat, people say what is the need of offering food to Krishna? Ashnasi means eating. Okay? Ashnan means eating. So he's saying whatever you eat, tat kurushva matarpanam, you should offer to me. That's why we say whatever food you are eating, preferably put it on a plate and put it in front of the photo of Krishna as an offering. And then you eat it. If there are some situations where you cannot do that, then you just say Om Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu 3 times in your mind and then eat it. That's like a second level. But the first level is that whatever food we cook must be offered to Krishna. Okay, Krishna is saying here, Yadashnasi, whatever you eat, you do as an arpanam, as an offering to me. Is it clear, this verse?
Yes.
Shubha phalareva mokshe se karma bandhane sannyasa yuktatma vimukto mam upasyati. In this way, you will be freed from the bondage of work and its inauspicious and auspicious result. Okay? Because whatever we do in this world either is auspicious or inauspicious. But both are karma bandhane. Both are karma bandhan. It's not that Ashubh is karma bandhan. Shubh is also karma bandhan because you have to continue to live in this world to reap the fruits of what you have done. So if you do something good in this world, so let's say you do some punya, then the results of that punya will come to you. But the downside is, to experience that result, you have to continue to live in this world. So Krishna is saying, if you do as an offering to me, I will remove both the auspicious and inauspicious phala of your activities. Moksha se means I relieve you, karma bandhane, because whatever activity you do is binding, so Krishna says, I'll relieve you. Okay, so what's the end result? Sannyasa yoga yuktatma, the person who's engaged that way, vimukto, it becomes mukta, mam upasyasi, and eventually that person will come to me. Is it clear? Little technical, but I hope it's clear. Yes?
Yes.
Does anybody have any question? Okay, I don't know how many. Okay, we'll keep going. I think we'll have to wrap up. I don't know how many verses are there. Okay, only a few verses. So I think I'm probably wrap up in 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. I'll go a little faster. Sammoham sarvabhuteshu name dvesho asti na priya ye bhajanti tum mam bhaktya mai teteshu chapyaham. Sammoham sarvabhuteshu. I am equal to all living entities. Sammo means equal. Sarvabhuteshu. Name dvesho asti na priya. I do not do dvesh to anybody. Neither is anybody priya to me or dear to me. But ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya. But if a person worships me with devotion, mai te teshu chapyaham. I am his and that person is mine. It's a mutual relationship. I am his and he is also mine. So both ways. Okay? That's what Krishna is saying. Now Krishna is saying, if a person is bad in character and still worshipping Krishna, what happens? Api che sudacharo bhajante maam ananya bhag sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi sa. Api che suduracharo. If a person is a durachari, achar means the behavior, durachar means bad behavior. Bhajante mam ananya bhag, but he is worshipping me. Bhajante mam ananya bhag. Without any deviation, if a person with bad character is worshipping Krishna, that person should also be considered to a sadhu. Sadhu reva samantavya, usko sadhu manna chahiye. Samyak vyavasito isa, because he is properly situated. And it's the matter of time that this durachar will go away. That's why if someone is really into some kind of sinful activity, either meat eating or being a drunkard or whatever bad habits are there, if a person keeps eating prasadam constantly and keeps going to temple constantly, those bad habits will eventually go away and that person will actually become a sadhu. That's why Krishna is saying, even if a person is durachari, if he is doing my bhajan, that should be considered a sadhu because he's properly situated and eventually things will clear up. Okay? Now next thing Krishna is saying, very interesting. Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteha pratijanehi name bhakta pranashyati. Chipram bhavati dharmatma. Quickly. Chipra means quickly. Bhavati dharmatma. That person quickly becomes a dharmatma. And shashvat shanti nigachati. And he attains eternal peace. Kaunteya pratejanehi, O son of Kunti, let everybody know, na me bhakta pranashyati, my devotee will never be destroyed. That's a very bold statement Krishna is doing, saying, na me bhakta pranashyati, my devotee will never be perished. Okay. Then Krishna says, Mami partha vyapasrita yepi supapayonaya striyo vaishas tatha shudras tepi yanti param gatim. Those who take shelter of me, even they are of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, Sudras, they also attain the final ultimate destination. Okay, then I'll go to the last verse and we'll wrap up. Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi yuktvaiva atmanam matparayana. So Krishna is concluding this chapter by saying, Manmana bhav madbhakto, you become my devotee. Madhyaji mam namaskuru, you do namaskar to me. Mam eveshyasi yuktvaivam, you will come to me. Atmanam matparayana, because you're always matparayana, you're always engaged in my service. So I will conclude here. If there are any questions or comments, we can discuss those. I was rushing through these verses, but also I want to make sure everything is covered. So was all this clear? Because we covered a lot today. Is it too much information that you cannot digest? Anybody?
Prabhuji, sorry to ask. I have one question. So, in this Striyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudra, in that one, why women are considered as lower in this lower in birth?
Different things are mentioned. In this modern age, generally people they have hard time accepting this, but this is Krishna's statement. Now, why is considered? Because you can just see around that actually women in general go through a lot more difficulty in life than men in general.
Yes.
Right? That's true,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
Okay. So because they go through a lot, that means there is some aspect of their life which is causing that, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Correct? So
Yes.
that's what Krishna is saying, that Vaishyas and Sudras. Now, one should not take it personally to say that women have been singled out, because other places it says, Kalau Sudra Sambhava. In Kali Yuga, everybody is Sudra. Whether a man or woman doesn't matter. So, if man somehow escaped from this part of the verse, they are stuck in this part, if that makes sense.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right? So he's saying Shriyo Vaitras Tada Sudras. In this Kali Yuga, everybody is a Sudra. So men, women does not matter. But he's particularly saying Sri because women go through a lot, like I was saying. And that is because of something from the past. So I think there's some aspect of karma also there. But Krishna is saying, regardless of whatever is there, eventually yanti param gatim, that you will actually achieve the param gatim, the final destination. So if we get stuck on this word, then we lose focus of this. Correct?
Yes.
So here Krishna is giving, this is your problem, this is your solution. Right?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
which one you want to focus?
Can attain the supreme destination.
Exactly. So I think that's the bottom line, that yes, Krishna is giving his clear understanding of how this world works. Some people get offended by this verse. This almost every time this verse is presented, someone will ask why women have been singled out. Always. This is a very common thing. But Krishna is not affected by our opinion. He is giving us a solution, and that's what we need to focus on. Ultimately, men and women is a temporary situation. Today you are a woman, next birth you might go back to Krishna. If not, you might take a body of a man. It's just a matter of few years, right? It's not a
Yes.
permanent situation. So that's how we understand. Does it answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, if not, we'll conclude here. We're already 5 minutes over time, so we'll conclude. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai,
Jai.
Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Okay, thank you all for joining. So we'll conclude now, and then we will see you tomorrow. Other Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu will be doing chapter 10 tomorrow.
Sir, can you hear me?
Huh? Okay, so we'll end the call here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.